Greetings, Light Tribe. Janine Palmer here, Spirit, Soul, Moon for Harmony, Energy, Healing, and Standing Holy Hierophant. And my friend the other day wanted me to, we were talking about unconditional love or whatever we understand that to be. And she wanted me to make a video because I haven't made one for a while. So I said, okay, I would do it. And then another friend came in today with some information that I kind of wanted to incorporate into this video. So, wow, unconditional love. What is that? I think some people have a grasp of what it is. They might be able to tune into that or feel that or express that or be that. But I think most people probably struggle with that because we have expectations on what we think love is, or what it's supposed to be, or what we're supposed to get from it, get out of it, what we give and why, what level we give. It just gets difficult to explain. So I took a note about what my friend and I were talking about that I'll share. And then I'd like to share something from a friend who shared something from a book with me. And this is something that it's talking about times in the Depression. And thankfully, I think that we have evolved out of some of that. I don't know what word I want to use. But we've evolved out of some of those behaviors and mindsets to a degree, but not totally, because I don't know about you, but I still talk to people that come from certain parts of the United States where this is still a huge thing, like a huge stumbling block, a huge problem, a huge blind spot. Did I say energetic block? That too. Okay. I'm going to change the wording that was used because I'm not going to go into that kind of retarded, if that's a right word to use, mindset of backwards ass, whatever it is. I'm not even going to read it the way it was written because it doesn't resonate and it's disrespectful and unnecessary. So I'm going to change that a little bit. But I think it's interesting to just take a flashback of this incident, which has happened through the millennia. And like I said, thankfully, we've grown out of it to a degree, but we haven't fully grown out of it, which is why I sometimes do these videos. So with regard to what I was saying, when I was talking to my friend about unconditional love, there is a lot to heal, okay, in countries, cultures, religions, mindsets, generational lines, okay, families, all of it. There's a lot to heal, and a lot of people are doing the work. So kudos to those who are stepping out onto the path, those brave warriors who are doing that work for self and how it ripples out to others. Anyway, so some people might be very loving towards another and or very forgiving towards another, but not necessarily to self. So that love, unconditional love or not, whatever that love is, it needs to be applied to self as well. And that might include like taking space from certain people, at least for a time. And then, distancing ourselves from what we don't understand or from what doesn't resonate. Now, some people are judgmental and they'll cut someone out of their life because they're finding fault. And maybe it's somehow boosting their ego to blame someone else, okay, and then shun them or whatever. And that might all be part of the learning experience. And sometimes when we lose those connections with people that were once very important to us, there's something else to gain and definitely something to learn and something to let go of, something to move beyond and rise above. Okay, so my friend told me, thanks Mitch for this, a book that he was reading called Hard Times. It's an oral history of the Depression by Studs Terkel. And but it's about different views and expressions of events that were happening at that time. And this was a particular chapter about a circuit rider. His name was Claude Williams. And he said that he assumed the pastorate of the Presbyterian Church in Rome, Tennessee. And he took as his text Go ye into the world and preach the gospel into every nation. We must treat everyone as persons. But that's easier said than done because of the way that people are programmed. Okay? Even when they're programmed in error and they don't recognize or realize that. Because they want to feel superior to someone else somehow. Because they're wounded and they don't know it. And they're not fixing that. So in this place in Tennessee, an elder said to him one evening, "You mean that damn colored fella is as good as I am?" And the pastor replied, "No, but I mean to tell you he's as good as I am." And then he had to find another pulpit because he was kicked out for trying to find, for trying to express and share and show and teach the equality and the worthiness of all. Isn't that what religions are supposed to be about? But in trying to do that, he was shut down. Because why do so many Christians think they're so damn superior to somebody else? It's almost comical. And the thing is, they often don't realize their behavior and what they're demonstrating, but other people see it. Oh yeah, they see it. So anyway, then he was talking about with the Old Testament and the New Testament that there's certain people who have always been fighting for justice and freedom, and that our word is our sword. And he helped the sharecroppers in the area. But the Presbyterian Church defrocked him and called him a heretic. Let's talk about that for a second. Heretic. And I'm going to try not to laugh, but I guess it's not going to happen. Okay, so, the heretics. Okay, so people who have a deeper understanding of religion and what it actually is supposed to mean. Okay, they're not trying to control anyone with it, especially through fear. They're trying to peel back the layers of grime and bullshit and fuckery to present truth. But the people who are programmed and allow themselves to be controlled through the fear and through the falsehood, they don't see that. They want to say that the person who was really doing God's work, that person is in error. And if they dare to say that this person is just as worthy or valued as this person, that they must be wrong. Therefore, they hang a label on them of heretic and do heinous things. So the heretics keep coming, thankfully, because they're sent by God. Because they're doing it on a different level. They're doing that work on a different level. Okay. That may or may not be understood. And it is understood by a lot of people. And people are beginning to break out of the shells of falsehood and fuckery. So thank God or thank the gods, however you understand, whatever you understand that to be. And that depends on how much you've studied, and it also depends on how open or closed you are. So anyway, unconditional love, apply it to self. Okay? If we love ourselves enough, maybe there's room in there to love others more. And when we can recognize that no one is better than or superior to anyone else because of some diabolical program that we're running generation to generation, that's an amazing thing when we can step out of that and awaken to that and begin to honor people. Because when we don't honor other people, we're certainly not honoring ourselves. There's been a lot of pain and suffering that have come along family lines through different cultures, different religions, different countries, whatever it is, harmfulness, okay, that needs to be healed. And the effects of it are all over the place. Just watch the news. So there's a lot of people that are doing the work. that are breaking free of these invisible chains. So love thyself and love thy neighbor. Peace.